Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well this morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Okay, I know that we have the interpreter on for sign language this morning. Do you all need to have to speak with him?
We do.
Okay, so if courtroom 2, if you'll just make arrangements for that, we'd appreciate it prior to his hearing.
I don't know who needs the sign language. His name starts with T, I believe. If I feel it.
Brandon Stenton?
Yeah, Stinson.
Yeah, position 16, I believe.
Brandon Stinson. All right, Your Honor, he's actually in medical, so he's not here in the courtroom. We still have the roving officer here, get to medical in a few minutes.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to alert everyone that he was here and make arrangement for it. Thank you, Mr. Hafner. We appreciate you being here.
Oh, and Your Honor,
Yes.
I do have new announcements for position 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay.
All 3 of those that are not an FTA, of the 4, 3 of them are not an FTA, and those are now negotiated pleas.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
And also, well, that's it.
All right, and is Mr. Doda there?
He is.
Yes, Your Honor, my apologies.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to make sure you got my message this morning. I did not realize on Tuesday that I was not going to be in G33 because it's being taken by another court this morning, and I've directed. If your client, Mr. Pitts, shows up, if you can just go to the clerk's office, we'll make arrangements for him.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll see if I can send him a email and Google voice message to see if.
Okay. I've also let the judge in that courtroom know that he might be there and to send him to the clerk's office.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay,
Your Honor, I
thank
can
you.
go over there and check and see if he's in there too, if you want me to.
Okay, I'm not, that would be, that'd be great. Thank you, Ms. Tyson.
All right, you're welcome.
And Your Honor, just FYI, we have Attorney McLeod, Attorney Dotis, and also Attorney McLean in courtroom 2, all 3.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right.
So wherever you all are ready to begin this morning, just let me know.
Do we have probation on? I was going to start with probation today. Joseph Allen.
Probation is on.
Yes.
We're going to start with probation 1 and 2, Mr. Joseph Allen.
And if courtroom 2 would alert the interpreter when the deaf detainee is returned, let me know. Thank you.
Oh, well. Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Allen. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good morning, Officer Allison. What's going on with Mr. Joseph? I mean, Mr. Allen?
Mr. Allen was pled guilty to the offense of battery on May 24th of 2022. He committed a new offense of battery in December of 2022. He did not report 4 times to our office when he was directed to. He did not complete 8 weeks of anger management. Due to him, the case about to expire, we're going to do a time serve.
And how much time has been served?
It'll be expires May 23rd.
Practically, so, yeah.
So about 30, I've got down 34
36.
days.
34 days, yes.
All right, Mr. McLean?
I've explained that to him, Your Honor. The recommendation would be time served, and he will, he's very appreciative.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I really am. Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay, given that he's been in custody for 34 days, I will go with the probation's recommendation, time served. Good luck to you, Mr. Allen.
Thank you, Mr. Morrow, Judge Morrow.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right, good luck. Thank you, Mr. McCray.
Next order, we have probation number 3, Marcus Cooper.
Morning, Judge.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Cooper. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that we are conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Officer Allison?
Yes, Mr. Cooper pled guilty to reckless conduct October 13th of 2022. He was not paying on probation fees. He did not come to the office 4 times as directed. He has 5 months and 10 days left. He also was to complete a family violence program, which he did not. Probation is recommending to revoke.
To revoke the balance?
Yes,
Okay.
it's not going to be enough time to complete it.
Mr. Dodos?
Thank you, Your Honor. This case is from 2017 and Mr. Cooper has jail time for 48 days as of now. We are requesting a reinstatement to either try and finish the FVIP. I understand that there may not be enough time. If so, then we'd ask it to be converted into anger management. As part of his original plea agreement, this case involved his children and he had to comply with DFACS. He was able to comply with DFACS and he has been the primary provider for his children. He was not clear on what was required of him regarding probation. He thought he only needed to deal with DFACS. I have clarified that that was not the case. He should have checked to make sure, and he should have been clear with his attorney and checked with the court to make sure that he was complying with any and all requirements. Moving forward, I do not think that'll be an issue. He's clear on probation. I provided him with probation's contact information, as well as a list of FVIP programs that he can look into if he has enough time to complete that program. Again, this case was from 2017. Since that time, Mr. Cooper has been a loving father to his 2 children, a 6-year-old son and a 7-year-old son. Additionally, the mother of the children passed away in February. So Mr. Cooper has been the sole provider in that time. While he's in custody, they're currently living with his grandfather. But once he's released, Mr. Cooper will have a stable address. And I have a good phone number for him, as well as a good address. He's currently working at Rocky Mountain Merchandising, where he resets grocery store shelves, and that job is waiting for him. So, Your Honor, he is asking for another chance to meet his obligations. He understands that he made a mistake in the past, and he is asking for the opportunity to correct that and set a good example for his children. He's a very involved father. He was very excited to list his children's accomplishments to me, including his 6-year-old son graduating kindergarten, second in his class. And he was really excited to share with me the trajectory that he's taken as a father since this original incident in 2017 till now. And we don't want to, he understands that he made a mistake and he's at the mercy of this court, but he wants to be there for his children and set a good example going forward. So we would ask to be reinstated if there's enough time for FVIP. If not, we'd ask it to be converted to anger management.
Officer Allison, how much does he owe in fees?
He owes a total of $392.
And how often is he to report? Once a month?
Once a month.
Does he have a job, Mr. Dodos?
Yes, Your Honor, with Rocky Mountain Merchandising, where he stocks and resets grocery store shelves.
Okay. So, Mr. Cooper, I'm going to give you one chance, okay? I'd rather you be out making some money and providing for your family as opposed to sitting in jail. But I'm going to give you this opportunity But if you don't take advantage of it, you're going to be right back where you are. Okay, so I'm going to convert the FVIP into 12 weeks of anger management. And I am going to direct Officer Allison that if you miss one-time reporting to probation while you're on probation, she's to immediately bring you back to me. And if that happens, then I'm going to revoke whatever the balance is. Okay. I'm going to require that you begin enrollment in the anger management within the next 2 weeks and provide Officer Allison with documentation that you've started the 12 weeks of anger management. If you don't begin it in the next 2 weeks, then I'm going to direct Officer Allen to bring you back to me, and the balance will be revoked at that time. Okay, so I'm going to give you the opportunity, but if you don't take advantage of the opportunity, then you're going to be right back in custody where you are. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I do.
Okay, all right. Good luck to you, Mr. Cooper.
Thank you.
Your Honor, can we go to the SAP calendar?
Okay,
And we're gonna go to position 1, Mr. Matthew Cook.
this is Ms. McLeod's case. Good morning, Ms. McLeod.
Good morning, Your Honor.
What are we doing with Mr. Cook this morning?
Your Honor, we would like to ask the court if the court would consider reducing his bond. He has a $3,000 surety bond. My client doesn't have anyone he can call to help him with bond. He doesn't have any phone numbers. He has very few friends or acquaintances here in the Metro Atlanta area. And on top of that, he doesn't have any phone numbers in memory. So he doesn't have anyone that he can call. He has been in jail now for the past 16 days, Your Honor. So I was wondering if the court would consider giving him a signature bond so he can get out of jail. Otherwise, he'll just be sitting here.
All right, and let's see, are you gonna file a waiver of arraignment, or should I arraign him this morning? Ms.
We can
McLeod?
pay them, Your Honor.
Okay, let me arraign him first, and then I will consider the bond reduction. Good morning, Mr. Cook. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Mr. Cook, you've been charged in case 23 CR 002771A with willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer and criminal trespass and damage to property. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusations, Ms. McLeod?
I do, Your Honor.
How do you plead, Mr. Cook? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
I will record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Let's see, Ms. Tyson, does he have a history?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant has 6 cycles beginning in 1995. He has a misdemeanor conviction for cruelty to children in the 3rd degree out of Fulton County. Disposition date on that is June 2019. And it looks like he actually had first offender treatment on that case, and it was sealed on June of 2020. And he has another misdemeanor conviction out of Fulton County. Disposition date on that is August 2022 for 2 counts of simple battery, and the defendant took a no low plea on that. Nothing to add, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Jones. Let's see, what are the facts of this case?
Good morning. Yes, Your Honor. So on May 3rd, 2023, at 5:42 p.m., officers responded to 16012 Gardner Road for a fight in progress call. Upon arrival, officers met with Mr. John Hamrick, who informed officers that the defendant became intoxicated and enraged. During the argument, the defendant grabbed Mr. Hamrick's coffee mug and smashed it on the floor, causing it to break. Then the accused grabbed a home telephone and threw it to the ground and caused it to break. While being placed under arrest, at which point the defendant began to stiffen his body and clutched his fist and flare his arms in attempt to hinder officers. Your Honor, the state is extremely concerned. There are 2 other cases 18CR 001131J, which is a battery, family violence, cruelty to children, and then the 19SC 165902, which was another battery, family violence, cruelty to children, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officer. And yet again, we are here for another willful obstruction and a criminal trespass and damage to property. In fact, the victim in this case is Mr. John Hamrick. The victim in the 18CR case was Zoya Hamrick. I do believe that at one point him and Ms. Zoya were partners, and Mr. John Hamrick is the new partner of Ms. Zoya. So we are definitely concerned for intimidation witness, danger to the community, as this is another battery, battery and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Therefore, we will ask that the bond remain the same as a $3,000 surety bond.
Okay, I only have an obstruction and a criminal trespass and damage to property on this case. Is that
Yes, sir,
correct?
that's correct.
That
Okay,
is correct, Your Honor.
all right. Mr. Cook, I'm going to give you the opportunity. You've been in custody for a good little while now. I'm going to convert the good bond to a signature bond through the jail. But with all the other conditions, Ms. McLeod, that he is not to have any further contact with John or Zoya Hambrick. No contact means absolutely no contact, Mr. Cook. No phone contact, no personal contact, no internet contact, no social media contact. If this court gets wind that you've had any contact whatsoever, the signature bond is going to be revoked and you're going to be right back where you are. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond either. If this court gets wind that you've been drinking alcohol, then you again will have your bond revoked. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you'll prepare that for me, Ms. McLeod, the court will sign it.
Your Honor,
Also on, excuse me, Judge, also on the original order, it does have a one-time escort to retrieve the belongings.
I was about to raise that.
Okay, so you can go back to, is it the Gardner Road address? On one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings that you might have there. All right, anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Your Honor, I believe there's one probation case at ACDC we can take care of.
Okay,
Milton is available.
and
Milton, ACDC. If she's not ready, we'll go to position number 8, Mr. Okaku.
and what are we doing with Mr. Okaku this morning?
Thank you, Honor. I believe that we would like to waive arraignment and address bonds. Last week, we addressed bonds so that I could have contact with the family and see about getting him into an inpatient rehabilitation program. And yesterday, Mr. Okaku's father informed me that Mr. Okaku has been accepted. I provided proof of that acceptance to Mr. Walker. I'm not sure who is handling this position, but I'm happy to forward that to whoever. But we would ask to address bonds so that he could be released to that inpatient program.
Okay, Mr. Okaku, your case is going to be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. What is his current bond?
My understanding is it was lowered to a $3,000 surety bond last Thursday. We would request a signature bond so that Walter Okaku, his father, who is on the Zoom, can come and transfer him directly to the program.
And tell me what the name of the program is.
1 second, Your Honor. I have the acceptance letter right here. It's the Foundry Ministries. I'm happy to forward this to Your Honor, and I believe it looks like Mr. Jones is the ASG on this case. I'm happy to forward it, and includes proof that he has a bed available as of May 18th, the conditions of the program, and a contact information with the Foundry intake office.
And what type of program is it?
It is a alcohol and drug recovery program, an inpatient program. Mr. Okafu's father, Walter, is on the line. He's the one that really spearheaded finding this, if he wants to speak more to the specifics. But it is an inpatient program that can assist Mr. Okafu.
Your Honor,
Okay.
just for the record, the state is in agreement with him being released to the rehab program.
Okay, very good. So we will, thank you, Mr. Walter Cockboo, for being here. And it's my understanding that if I release your son on a signature bond, that you are going to come and pick him up and immediately take him to the Founding Ministries for that, for inpatient assistance. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Good morning,
Okay.
Your.
Okay, yes, good morning, sir. So we'll convert that, Mr. Dodas, to a signature bond through the jail with the conditions that are already on the bond, along with the additional condition that Walter Cockpoo is the one who will be picking his son up and immediately taking him to the Founding Ministries program.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome, sir. All right, good luck to you, both Mr. Cockpoos.
And thank you.
Walter, sir, I will call you as soon as I get out of court, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Doris.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Position 10 through 13, Ragland.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Ragland. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Yes, Mr. Jones.
Yes, Your Honor. So I believe that this is going to be a negotiated plea. The state's offer on position 10 is going to be 12 months to serve 30 days. Credit for time served. He's been in 21, so that's enough. Balance probated to stay away from 2794 Naran Court. No further contact with Mr. Cordova McGee, and 6 weeks of anger management. On position number 11, which is 23 CR 00267-2673F. The state's recommendation is going to be 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 20 days, balance suspended. I'm sorry, that balance is going to be, suspended, and no further contact and a stay away.
And who's the no further contact with in the stay away?
Yep, the no further contact is going to be with Jalecia Riddle, and that's JELECIA, Riddle, RIDDLE. And the stay away is going to be from 4555 Washington Road. And pursuant to the defendant taking the pleas on that above charge, we are going to no price position number 12, and Mr. Walker will be handling position number 13.
Yes, Mr. Walker, good morning.
The state's recommendation on position 13 is going to be 12 months to serve 20 days, credit for time served of 3 days, balance probated with the conditions of no further violent contact with Keyshawn Bell, a stay away from the incident location, 2794 Naran Court, that's spelled NARRON. Additionally, he will have to take a behavioral health evaluation and any necessary treatment.
Let's see, Mr. McLean.
Yes, Your Honor, with the calculations, number 10 will not result in extra days. Number 11 will not result in extra days, but number 13 will result in what we believe to be 20 divided by 2 is 10 minus 3 is 7 extra days in jail. So he understands all the conditions and he will stay away from that, how do you pronounce it, Naran Court? He will stay away and he will comply. He'll get his BHET and he'll get his 6 anger management hours in.
Can I ask him a question?
Well, you'd ask me a question, Mr. Ragland. Let's go to mute. Thank you. They can see this. Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Ragland, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002672F, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. In case 23 CR 002673F, you wish to plead guilty to theft by taking. And in case 22 CR 002030F, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning? You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation? You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? That was a no?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Mr. Ragland. On positions number 10 and number 13, when you complete the requirements of the probation, then it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay? So the sooner you get those things done, the sooner you won't have to be on reporting probation. All right, good luck to you, Mr. Ragland.
I have a question. So when is the release date?
7 days from now.
7 days from now?
And we'll talk.
Okay.
I need to get with you.
Good luck to you, Mr. Ragland. Who do we have next?
Next, we have position, hey, listen, you gotta get up. We have position number 17, Mr. Terriot, Ahmad Terriot.
And this is a negotiated plea.
It is, Your Honor, it is simply a time served stay away, and it is a negotiated plea.
Good morning, Mr. Theriot. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Theriot, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is a time serve offer of 14 days. Ballot suspended with the condition of a stay away from all MARTA. The defendant has permanently been banned from MARTA.
Mr. McLean?
That's correct, Your Honor. He asked the court to accept his negotiated plea of guilty, and he stipulates to identification, factual basis, and venue.
Mr. Theriot, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002822B, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and fair evasion. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, they haven't.
I'll accept your negotiated plea, Mr. Theriot. You understand that you cannot go back to any of the martyr, okay?
Yeah.
All right, if you go back there, you're gonna be right back where you are now. Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 18, Mr. James Wiley.
Also a negotiated plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Wiley. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Wiley. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served of 15 days, balance probated with the conditions of a BHET or a behavioral health evaluation, and a stay away from the incident location, 191 Peachtree Street.
Fine. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, also, excuse me, also, we understand that if the behavioral health evaluation does not advise further treatment, that non-reporting would be okay.
There's no objection, Your Honor.
So that's negotiated plea, Your Honor, and he stipulates to venue, factual basis, and identification.
Mr. Wiley, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002803Y, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and damage to property. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. As soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Wiley.
Good luck. Thank you.
Your Honor, we can go to ACDC.
Okay,
Good morning, Your Honor.
yes, good morning, Officer Milton.
Before you is add-on 1, Marquita Rose.
Oh, yes.
Yes, good morning again, Ms. Rhodes. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
He's talking to you. Yes.
Okay, thank you. What are we doing with Ms. Rhodes this morning, Mr. McLean?
By contrast with before, today will go swimmingly with a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay, can you raise your right hand for me, Ms. Rhodes? Do you swear or affirm that testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Walker?
1 second, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I have it. It's 12 months to serve, 22 days, credit for time served, 11 days, balance probated with the condition of an FVIP course, no further contact with the victim, Quarry Roads, and a stay away from the incident location, 1395 Oakland Drive.
Yes, Mr. McLean.
Those are the terms that we expected to hear. She says that she agrees with those, Your Honor, and asks the court to accept her negotiated plea of guilty. She stipulates to jurisdiction, that is to say venue. She also stipulates to factual basis and identification.
Ms. Rhodes, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 004852D, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. Is that correct? But simple battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? You don't want a jury trial, do you?
No.
Okay. Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Rhodes. Let's see, when you complete the terms of the probation, it's going to go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you won't have to report to probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, Ms. Rhodes.
Thank you.
Well, Ms. Rhodes, thank you.
Position 6, South.
I'm sorry, what position was that, Your Honor?
Position 6,
What's the name?
Matherin.
Ricardo Matherin.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes, good morning, Mr. Matherin. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I'm reading the captions on the screen, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Mr. Jones.
Yes, Your Honor. So the state's offer is going to be 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 15 days, balance suspended.
Mr. Dotis?
Thank you, Your Honor. That's our understanding of the offer, and we are prepared to go forward. I did explain that offer to Mr. Mathurin and did explain that jail time is a 2-for-1 and that this will end his jail time with Fulton County. Just want to make sure that that is clear again. And we stipulate the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea.
Mr. McThurn, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002797G, you wish to plead guilty to giving false information to law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir. As long as this is time served and I have no more jail time to serve in Fulton County regarding this case.
Okay, so you're happy with what Mr. Dodos has done for you, is that right?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. McDorran, and it is a time served plea, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, next we have position number 5, Tamika Johnson. I'm sorry. Dominic. Yes, ma'am. Wait a minute.
And Bill,
So-
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
This is Ms. Johnson?
Wait a minute. Who's? Okay, just have a, go to 3 South, Your Honor, and let me figure out this one, please.
Okay, who do we have at 3 South?
Mr. Stinson, position 16. We need a sign language interpreter.
Okay, so we're gonna have to put him into a breakout room with, are you able to use Mr. Dodez's laptop, Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, no one else is in the room.
Oh, okay. Well,
I only say that because I will need a breakout room to speak with a couple of clients at ACDC.
okay, so which client are you gonna, let's just do this at the same time since that's gonna shut down court since you're the only two here. So how do you all, so if we put Mr. McLean into a breakout room with 3 South and Mr. Dodez, who do you need to see at ACDC?
Your Honor, I need to speak with Brittany Jackson, position 4, and Tamika Johnson, position 5. I would note, I believe we have one more probation revocation calendar that I could take before the breakout room, so we can get probation off.
Okay, so let's go ahead and, well, we're gonna have to get you on a laptop then.
I have my laptop here, Your Honor.
Okay, so, all right. And if I put courtroom 2 into the breakout room, then you'll be on the laptop. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go as long as the probation revocation, Miss Wallace is on Zoom.
Well, my only concern, are you gonna go outside?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and put courtroom 2, the interpreter, and 3 South into a breakout room. And Officer Milton, can you get position 4 on the probation revocation calendar before us, Ms. Wallace?
Ms. Wallace? Come on, switch 16.
Yes, good morning, Ms. Wallace. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
No.
You don't?
Yeah, I would have it, yeah.
Okay. Officer Allison?
Yes, Ms. Wallace pled guilty to the offense of driving without a valid license on May 8th, 2019. She did not report as directed 3 times. She failed to complete 50 hours of community service. Due to the 90 days left in her case and being in jail, probation is asking for time served.
Say it again, Officer Allison. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
Probation's asking for time served.
Okay. I guess there's no objection to that, Mr. Dodez. You're on mute, but.
No objection, Your Honor. My apologies. We understand the recommendation and are fine with it.
All right, I will go with the probation's recommendation. Good luck to you, Ms. Wallace.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so if we can now put Mr. Dodez and ACDC into a breakout room so he can address his client. Officer Allison, I think that concludes your business today.
Thank
Is that
you.
right?
Have a good one. Yes.
Do the same. Thank you. And let's see, since both attorneys will be in breakout rooms, court will be in recess until one of them returns.
Excuse me?
The court is going to be in recess until one of the attorneys returns. So as soon as someone returns, we'll begin court again.
Okay, so just a question, Blanca's Osornio's court session is not, has not been on yet?
Yes, ma'am. Can you identify yourself for the court?
That is, well, I'm her sister, Susana Osornio.
And what is, and who are you here for? What's the name?
Blanca Osornio.
Yes, no, we have not addressed her case as of yet. She is, I believe, at ACDC. So as soon as one of the attorneys comes back, we will be addressing her case before the end of the court session.
Okay, and I also have like, my mom has some concerns about specifically Blanca.
Okay, hold on.
Since
Listen, I can't discuss her case without the attorneys present, okay? So I'm happy to give you I note that you're here, so I'll give you the opportunity to speak as soon as we get the attorneys back and we get Mr. Sornio before us, okay?
Okay, so
You can let her talk. I don't mind explaining it to her.
She moved her own self.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Yes, ma'am. So I'm happy to give you the opportunity to address the court as soon as we get all the parties present. So if you will just wait until her case comes before us.
okay, so just stay logged in into Zoom.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, Ms. Lewis.
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. Davis.
thank you, Your Honor. I was in a breakout room with ACDC. I'm waiting on one more client. Officer Milton informed me that they're going on lockdown and that they're about to lose power though. So, she wanted me to let you know. I don't know exactly what the situation is, but hopefully it's resolved shortly and they're back online.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And, are you gonna go back into the breakout room?
I'm unable to. They
Oh,
disconnected. They don't have power, so I
okay,
don't know.
okay.
I know that's all I know about the situation.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Dodos. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Mr. Pitts should be on the way, so hopefully we can address his case shortly.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll remain in recess until the jail comes back on.
Mr. Howard, we're in recess.
Mr. Howard. Can you hear me? I'm not sure that he can hear me, Mr. Walker. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Your Honor.
Okay.
fine.
If we
Can
can
you
get
hear
Mr. I can hear you, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If we can get Mr. Howard on, maybe we can
He's
go
here.
to the, I know he's here, but I don't know if he can hear me.
Oh. I can try to text him. Text him. I'm just trying to make sense.
Okay.
Now I can hear you.
Can you hear me now, Mr. Howard?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, I've been informed that the jail is in lockdown, so if you all want to go ahead and do maybe the competency calendar now, we
Okay.
can try to get that out of the way if you like.
Okay, that'll be
Okay.
good.
Okay, so can you put us all into a breakout room, please?
Judge Morrow's in the breakout room with Mr. Howard and Mr. Walker. He'll be back out shortly.
This is the interpreter speaking. I believe that I'm no longer needed. Is that true, Mr. McLean?
As soon as the judge comes on, let's make sure that the judge agrees with the reset. Otherwise, it's possible you might be needed even right now.
Okay, I'll wait.
Miss Lewis, is it possible to put me in a breakout room with Mr. Shurton? He's showing up as Dominic.
Maybe we can feel right from now.
Ms. McCall, who do you say you needed a breakout room with?
Dominic Shurton.
Mr. Jordan, we have a conflict with DV bench warrant Shurton because we represent the alleged victim in the case, who is also, I believe, a co-defendant.
Oh, on the DD bench warrant count, you're saying?
Right, that's on the one where Mr. Dominic Shurton is not in jail, but he's on Zoom, but we can't represent.
So you want me to put courtroom 2 in the breakout room?
Right. Yeah, do y'all want to go ahead and appoint Ms. McLeod? Because she's here already and it'll be pretty convenient.
Okay.
Thanks. You can have my bumper car.
Oh, thank you.
Just like a ride at Six Flags. Pull the chair out for now. Well, I don't want her to fall. Things that are.
Judge Morrow, courtroom 2 is in a breakout room with Miss McLean. I'm not Miss McLeod, sorry. She's doing the breakout room with the guy that's on the DV bench warrant calendar, so they'll be back shortly.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see, do we have either, no, it's a little before 11, but either Marcus Pitts or Dominic Shurton on the line as of yet?
So Shurton is the one that's in the breakout room with Mr. McLeod.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
Your Honor, my apologies. I heard Mr. Pitts's name.
Yes. I was just wondering if he was on with us yet.
He is at the courthouse. I think I just gave him directions to the clerk's office, so he should be on shortly.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Dodos.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
And were you able to work out everything with ACDC, Mr. Dodos?
Your Honor, one of my clients could not be brought, so I couldn't give her an updated on her offer. I don't know if they're still on lockdown or we may have to reset them. I guess we'll address that shortly.
Okay, it doesn't appear that they are, given that courtroom 2 is with us. Let's see, are we ready to proceed, courtroom 2?
Or Mike has an announcement, Your Honor.
Yes.
We need to do a hard request for a reset without his presence on Mr. Stinson. He was tired. He has seizure problems sometimes. And we told him that he can go back to his cell now. We wore him out pretty well. So we need to set that to Tuesday and we'll work on that.
Okay, is the interpreters on the line also? Are you available next Tuesday, Mr. Hafner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll reset Mr. Stinson until next Tuesday.
All right.
And that's the 25th, I believe, 5/25. We certainly appreciate you being here with us today, and we'll see you next week.
Very good. Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, Mr. McLean.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ms. McLeod will represent Mr. Shurton because we have a conflict.
Okay, and that he's on the DV bench warrant case?
Right.
All right, are we ready for that, since Ms. McLeod is there?
Yes, Your Honor, I've already spoken to Mr. Shurton.
All right, let's see.
And I will be back in about 5 minutes to make a phone call.
Okay, all right, thank you. I take it that Mr. And this is Mr. Shurton that's under Dominic here. Can you hear me, Mr. Shurton?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I take it, Mr. Walker, that Mr. Shurton missed court date?
Yes, Your Honor, he missed a court date, a plea and arraignment on May the 4th of this year. And he previously was on a $3,000 pretrial release bond. I see that the defendant has updated his address, as the state always does. It's the state's position that it's defendant's responsibility to update any change of address. That obviously did not happen, so we're asking the bench warrant remain.
Okay. And Ms. McLeod, did he miss the court date because his address wasn't updated?
Your Honor, he tells me that he updated his address, but the address that the mail was sent to is the address where he was told that he should stay away from. And on top of that, the address was insufficient, so the mailing was sent back. And I do have a copy of that by the post office. It did not have the apartment number at the Maple Street address. It's apartment 103, but that was missing from the mailing that the state sent out. So the cross defendant still lives at that location, but she didn't receive it or, to forward it on my client. So it wasn't sent back for not being picked up. It was sent back for insufficient address.
Do we have the correct address on file
I do,
today?
Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Shorten, it's this court's policy that I will set aside a bench warrant on one occasion. It is your responsibility to make sure that anytime you move, that you update the court. So I'm going to give you this one opportunity. I set aside the bench warrant today, but if this happens again, know that the bench warrant won't be set aside in the future, okay?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me,
All
Judge,
right.
can you verify the address? Because when
Yeah.
I'm verifying it in the system, it's saying it's not a valid address. So can he please have the correct spelling or the street number and the apartment number? What is the correct spelling of the street, or if he has the number, because it's coming up, it's not valid.
He told me it's 254 Habitat, like Habitat for Humanity, Habitat Circle, apartment 254.
See, that's not the apartment number we have.
Okay.
Apartment 2254.
Or yes, Atlanta.
They have apartment 103 on here. So 254, and what's the address, the zip code there?
30034. Apartment 103 was the previous apartment number at the Maple Street.
Somebody put that in there.
I think that's probably what had happened. That's just got me.
Yes, ma'am. That's for the old address, the stay away address.
Right, the Maple address is to stay away, but your new current address is the 254 Habitat, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Just want to make sure, because you have to make sure you put that you get your next notice.
Yeah, he put down 103.
So is it apartment number 103?
No, I'm saying that's what he put down on his change of address.
That's what I saw too.
It's
But not coming up with-
254. Apartment 254.
So the address is 254 and the apartment is 254.
Yes, 254 Habitat Circle, apartment 254. That is correct, Mr. Shorten?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's on the record as your address.
I got
Okay.
it. Now. I updated it correctly.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Shorten, you'll get notice of your next hearing date. You have a good day.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Your Honor, that concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good day, Ms.
Thank
McLeod.
you.
Thank you. Okay, who do we have next?
Position 14, Mr. Rodriguez.
This is going to be a negotiated plea.
Your Honor, this is, I believe, Attorney McLean's client, and he stepped out to take a phone call. We might have to hold
Okay.
this.
So we'll come back to Mr. Rodriguez. Is there someone else in courtroom 2 that we can take, or someone else at 4 North that we can take this Mr. Dodez's client?
I'm not sure, but position 7.
Position 7 we can take.
Okay, and that's a negotiated plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning, Mr. O'Neill. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. O'Neill. Who's presenting for the state?
I believe it's Mr. Jones if he's there, or Mr. Walker.
I'm sorry, it's position 7. I'll take it. It's position 7.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, let me get the counter pull back up. I'm sorry. calendar. It's gonna be a negotiated plea. Is that what the announcement is?
Yes, it'll be
Yes.
negotiated.
Okay, so the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 40 days, credit for time served, 20 days, balance probated with the conditions of an ADET course, a BHET, no further contact with the victim whose name I will provide momentarily, and to stay away from the instant location. Well, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong position.
Okay, I was like, that's not what I have, Mr. Walker.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, Anna, give me 1 second, because my counter goes from position 6 to 8, so I have to find.
It's right under 8. It's out of order.
Oh, it's out of order. Oh,
Yeah.
got you. So it's gonna be 12 months to serve, 26 days, credit for time served, 13 days, balance probated with the conditions of a SDET course, a stay away and a no further contact. If I can just have 1 moment, I can give the court the name and the stay away address. So the victim's name is going to be, for the no further contact, Starry is her first name, Starrie. Last name is Holmes, Holmes. And the incident location for the stay away is going to be 1328 Peachtree Street.
I think I have a.
I'm sorry, it's 180 University Ave.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, 180 University Ave.
Mr. Dodos?
That's our understanding of the offer. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID. We would ask for Mr. O'Neill to go to non-reporting status upon completion of the SDET. Mr. O'Neill will also be residentially challenged, so we would ask for if this court could cut him a break on probation fees. I'm going to provide him a list of resources, so hopefully he can get back on his feet.
Okay. Mr. O'Neill, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002823F, you wish to plead guilty to public indecency, is that correct? Mr. O'Neill?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Let's see, Mr. O'Neill, I am going to waive 2 months of your probation fees to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you don't have to report, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. O'Neill.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Walker doesn't appear to be back, so we'll have to hold. Do we have any of Mr. Dodos's cases that we can take?
Your Honor, I think that the remainder of my cases are at ACDC, so we might have to, I don't know, if there's
Okay.
an update from Officer Milton. I would note, I did put it in the chat, but Mr. Pitts for the bench warrant calendar was having trouble finding the clerk's office. It looks like he just texted me. He should be at the clerk's office now. It should be on shortly.
He's on now.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me, Mr. Pitts? You have to
Yes,
unmute
himself.
Mr. Pitts.
Mr. Pitts need to unmute himself. I don't think he know how.
He's at the clerk's office. I thought someone would be assisting him.
Somebody probably running out there.
He's here, Judge. One of the clerks is trying to show him.
Are you?
Oh, he did log.
Okay.
Judge, hold on one second. Let me see if I can run out there to the front to assist him. I see where he's at. Hold on.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis.
Your Honor, while we're waiting, position 15 is a reset. Mr. Shed.
Okay, and what do we need to reset, Mr. Shedd?
Medical reset.
I'm sorry?
Medical reset.
Oh, okay, thank you. So we'll reset Mr. Shedd until next Tuesday.
Is McClain back?
No, it's not as of yet.
No. Yes. I was working on the river, which is.
Blue chair. Come on. Blue.
Yeah.
Blue chair.
I just.
Mr. Jordan. Courtroom 2, if you'll unmute for a second.
Yes,
Would you verbally address Ms. Dorsey here so that we can deal with her cases? I see that there's some chatting going on, but I don't believe, and I don't want to speak improperly, that none of those clients or her clients are on this calendar.
I'm still doing the research. So we don't have a Dorsey or an Eppinger. And I haven't looked for the Nichols yet. So they may be on the felony first appearance calendar. I'm not sure why they keep. Yeah, I tried to explain to them earlier that they're probably on the felony calendar. I don't know what the case number is. They're not even addressing case number, so I have to do the research on the cases. But we do have the Blanca Osornio on our calendar. But the rest of them
Yes.
still the research on the cases.
Okay, Ms. Chada, can you, I'm trying to help you here. Can you activate your camera? Oh, yes. And Mr. Chada, this is the misdemeanor state all-purpose calendar. If your cases, if you can't hear us, okay. All right, I was trying to help, but I'll have Mr. Jordan type.
Judge, I got Mr. Pitts in my office. Apparently his audio on his phone just messed up. That's all I gotta say. I got him here. He's in my office.
Okay, all right, thank you. Let's see. And Mr. Pitts, Mr. Walker, it's my understanding that he missed a date.
He missed a couple of days, Your Honor. So initially he was granted a $5,000 good bond by Judge Law. He had a plea and arraignment with Judge Taylor on 8/16 of 2022. That was the FTA. That following week, he did an address change and asked for the bench warrant to be set aside. He was put on the DV bench warrant calendar. That bench warrant was set aside by Judge Mincy on 8/23 of 2022. And then after that, he bench warranted on 4/11 of this year in front of Judge Taylor. That was a jury trial calendar. Subsequent to that, he did another change of address. However, it was the very same address that he had previously used to update. There was no return to sender in Odyssey, so that means he received the notice. So with that being said, he has previously FTA'd. He has previously had a bench warrant set aside by Judge Mincy last year, and he has yet again failed to appear for a jury trial. We would ask that this is returned to the division judge to make a final determination on the second bench warrant that's been issued on this case by Judge Taylor.
Mr. Dodez?
Thank you, Your Honor. I have been in contact with Mr. Pitts. He's maintained good contact with me. He's taking this very seriously. I will note that Mr. Pitts was on the calendar, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Neither us or the state even knew that he was supposed to be there, but he did show up. He took that initiative. The following week, he showed up again. He was having technical issues for the 2 times. He did take initiative today and showed up in person. He is taking this very seriously. I have a good phone number for him, and I have a good address in Odyssey now. It is the current address, and his cell phone number is correct on Odyssey. He is clear moving forward that he needs to be, if he's not receiving the mail that he needs to with court dates, he knows that once a month he needs to check in. He's taking this very seriously. He understands that even with the updated address, there seems to be some sort of issue with him receiving his mail. So he knows now that, moving forward, that if he's given another opportunity, that it will be his last, and that he needs to make sure that regardless of any issues with mail, that he is taking the initiative to reach out and stay on top of any future court dates.
Well, I cannot treat Mr. Pitts any differently than I would treat anyone else. If he's given one opportunity, I always tell, people on this bench warrant calendar that they get one opportunity. He used his one opportunity. So I am not going to set this aside. I am going to return it to Judge Taylor to see if Judge Taylor will set it aside. But I can't go against my practice of only allowing one, as it would not be fair to everyone else. So I'll take Mr. Walker's recommendation, and it'll be returned to Judge Taylor as far as this goes.
Understood.
Okay. So anything further on Mr. Pitts?
Nothing further, and I'll give him a call at the close of this.
Mr. Chief Judge.
All right, so the determination will be made by Judge Taylor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Do you understand what he just said? Judge, he's not understanding. Mr. Dotis, you may want to call him.
I don't have a phone in the courtroom. I'll call you, but it sounds like we are not able to set it aside. It's going to return to the judge that issued the bench warrant for them to address.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so let's see. We're still waiting Mr. McLean, or we're awaiting ACDC. Do we know what's going on with ACDC?
Your Honor, I haven't had any updates since Milton said they're about to go into lockdown. I'll check in with the officers in the room, but we might need to reset them to Tuesday.
Okay, so was it only ACDC that was in shutdown? Okay.
That's my understanding.
Okay.
So, with is position 9 being reset, I think her mom is sending me a message about the case.
I don't know yet because I'm not sure if ACDC is not going to come back on the line, then I guess we're going to need to reset those cases till Tuesday.
So that was the remarks that was set on the calendar. It said.
I'm sorry, said.
So that was the remarks that was placed on the announcement. It says reset for SW, but I wasn't sure what the SW is for.
Oh, position.
Social worker.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
So
I think her mom is logged on, so she was trying to figure out if she needed to stay on the line and wait for it.
Yeah, I think there's some MH issues, and I mean, obviously I can't speak for her mother, but I'm assuming that's what it was.
Right. And that's Mr. McLean's case, so I guess we'll have to wait till he comes back to see what he wants to do with that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, we'll be in recess again until Mr. McLean joins us.
Didn't they hear me not? No, I didn't hear you. No, I knocked pretty loud.
Okay, Mr. McLean, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me speak on position number 9. I see that you have SW. When do you want to? We have Miss Orsornio's, I believe, family on the line. Are you requesting a reset for her today?
That would be easiest, I think, for the social workers. We do have a new schedule of social workers being in the courtroom with us, and it would be possible and conceivable to do it as a breakout room, but I think it would probably be more efficient to do it as a reset. We know what the state's offer is. We're familiar with the client because we've met her before in the last several months.
When would you like to reset it until, so that I can let her family know?
Either Tuesday or Thursday, the court's pleasure.
All right, so why don't we just reset it a week out till next Thursday,
Very good.
the 25th, I guess. So, Mr. Osurnio's family, Blanca's case is gonna be reset until next Thursday, May 25th, so that we can have a social worker visit with her. All right.
I see the 5580 phone number and we'll be calling it this afternoon.
Okay, thank you, Mr. McLean. We also have your client in 4 North.
Is that Mr. Shedd?
No. Rodriguez.
Oh, Mr. Rodriguez, okay. Yes, Your Honor, that's ready for a negotiated plea.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 28 days, credit for time served for 14 days, balance probated with the conditions of an ADET or also known as the alcohol and drug evaluation, and a defensive driving course as well.
He knows the terms and asks the court to accept a negotiated plea of guilty. He stipulates to venue, identification, and factual basis.
Mr. Rodriguez, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002816J, you wish to plead guilty to possession and use of drug-related objects, possession of dangerous drugs, and distracted driving. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, I'm not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Good luck to you, sir. Let's see. When you complete the ADET and the defensive driving course, the probation will go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you don't have to report, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Judge, this was position number 5?
14.
14, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I was
Mr.
behind.
Rodriguez.
Okay, and it's go to non-reported status once he completes all the terms?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. So
Your Honor, I have a Mr. Kevin Shedd left, and I just need to speak to him prior to court.
Did the judge make an announcement on that position or? No.
They just said he was a medical reset.
okay, right. And
I understand. Okay.
we reset him for next Tuesday, Mr. McLean.
Very good. Thank you, Your Honor. I've been in touch with his family. Thank you.
Okay, and I know that there are a couple that were on the MH calendar. Is someone in courtroom 2? That can assist us?
Yes, Your Honor, it's Norris.
Yes, Officer Norris. We are going to need a Ryan Powers and a Latiki Robinson. Is there any way to, they were on the competency calendar today. Is there any way to get them present today?
Yes, we still have that roving officer. He's gonna be going to both floors. Mr. Powers is on the 7th floor and Mr. Robinson is on the 3rd floor.
Okay, and do you know what, okay, so we'll await those. And do you know whether or not ACDC is gonna rejoin us, or do we have to reset those cases?
We're trying to call ACDC, but I think they're having technical difficulties.
Okay,
But we'll continue to reach out, Your Honor.
okay, thank you. So we'll just hold until you can update us.
Okay.
Okay, and I think that's all that we can handle right now until someone comes on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll be in recess until someone else gets on with us.
Okay. Your Honor.
Yes.
I just got in contact with ACDC and their power is down. And all the inmates were put back into their cells. I guess DOTUS has a alternate plan.
Yes, Your Honor, I think the remaining 3 clients at ACDC are mine. If possible, if the power's back on, if we could address during the C calendar, if you're handling that calendar.
Yeah, I am not handling that calendar today, so I mean, I would be happy to, but that's
I understand.
let's see, who is,
It's Judge Mincy on the counter today, Judge.
They said the power might be up by 12 or 1 o'clock. Those are the times that I was given. So I don't know if you guys will wait that long.
so, let's see, Ms. Lewis,
Yes, sir.
would you reach out to Judge Mincy and let her know that we're having issues and if she would mind taking some pleas on her afternoon C calendar?
Okay, I'll reach out to her.
Do you have that number? Okay.
I have her
thank you.
number. Mhm.
All right, so we'll get you an answer, Mr. Dodos, regarding that.
Thank you. And I will note that I believe 2 of them, if will be non-negotiated pleas. So I don't know if it's Judge Mincy won't be, if she's willing to do that.
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
And I'm sorry, what positions were those, Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Dodos, what positions?
They are positions 3, 4, and 5.
And I guess I should have, I'm sorry, Mr. Walker, I should have asked you all if you would be available.
Mr. Jones will be available, Your Honor.
Okay, so if Judge Mincy agrees, then 3, 4, and 5 will be placed on the SCA calendar. And I think that leaves us with positions 18, add-on 2, and the 2 cases from the competency calendar, if I'm not mistaken.
What happened to position number 9, Judge?
That was reset until May 25th, next week.
And then
Yeah,
add-on 2.
competency calendar clients, they're here in the jail.
Say it again?
The competency calendar, the clients
Yes.
are here. They're not ACDC. They're here.
Right, they're on, I thought you said
Right.
4, 7, and 8.
Right. So we can handle those today, 20 and 21, right?
Correct. I think we were just waiting on the officer to get to the floors.
Right.
And
So what I was saying is I think that we still have position 18, add-on 2, and positions on the competency calendar 20 and 21 to still handle this morning.
What happened to position 15 on the original calendar?
15 was reset for medical.
Until next Tuesday.
Yeah, and then I believe 18, we took a plea.
We did.
No?
I think
18, we took a plea.
Yeah, and then position 2 on the add-on is going to be a
Oh,
felony
okay.
transfer. I have a transfer order to present to the board.
Okay, so that's gonna be transferred. All right, so we only have the 2 that were on the competency calendar then.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Judge Morrow. I just got off the phone with Judge Mincy. She said that's fine.
Okay,
She can conduct the pleas.
thank you, Ms. Lewis.
Mhm. So let me get that straight, Mr. Who's gonna, are these all your cases, Mr. Dozy?
Yes, yes, these three positions will be mine. Hopefully they have the power back on it too. I'll be on and hopefully address them.
Okay, so, are you gonna send me those paperwork in advance? Prior to,
These two of them will be non-negotiated pleas, I believe. I need to finish speaking with my clients.
okay,
But
but I'll get the paperwork the same day.
as soon as we get done, I'll have the paperwork ready to go.
Okay, all right,
Okay, and I'll see if I can work with, I'll try to give Mr. Jones a call to see if we can work on that and make them negotiated and see.
okay, and I'll make sure she gets all the paperwork that she needs for the calendar that day. I mean, for the afternoon.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis.
Uh-huh. Okay, Judge, are we gonna address Mr. Murphy cases that was on the competency count? I don't see him on the line. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, so why don't we just, it doesn't appear that he's on with us for some reason today. You want to reset those until next Thursday?
Okay, unless Mr. Howard had another announcement on him. Mr. Howard?
No, they're Mr. Murphy's cases. I don't have an announcement on them.
Okay, so they'll be reset for next week, the 25th. Unless I can get Mr. Murphy on the line, I'll try.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I see an Attorney Johnson on the line. Attorney Johnson, do you have business before the court or something that we need to address with you this morning? Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I was informed that Mr. Christian Eppinger is on this calendar today.
I don't believe we have an Eppinger on the calendar. This is misdemeanor state all purpose.
Is the link you sent me? I'll have to check the link there, Your Honor. I may be on the wrong Zoom.
Okay, is he a felony case?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, yeah, this is a misdemeanor state all purpose calendar.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I was just informed that Ryan Powers, that's located on 7 North, there's a security issue in that zone, so the officer was turned away. So I don't know if you guys want to reset him for now, but we cannot get to him at all. They pretty much locked that entire zone down.
Okay, and do you know if Robinson, is he on that zone also?
No, he's actually on 3 North, and he's on his way to 3 North now.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Let's see.
Derek Howard?
Howard? Yeah, go.
I had just spoken to Mr. Murphy. He's in the courthouse. He said he's gonna be logging on shortly. He'll be on the line.
Okay. Mr. Howard, Mr. Howard still on with us?
I don't see him logged.
Yeah, I don't see him. Yeah, I'll let him know as soon as he comes back.
Okay.
Condotus,
Yes,
Do do you have the, Zoom link for the SEA this afternoon? If not, I need to send it to you.
Could you send it to me, please, just in case?
Okay, all righty.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Let's make sure that ASG Jones also has the link, Ms. Lewis.
Okay, I will. Anybody else will need a link for that afternoon from the ASG department? Okay.
Ms. Lewis,
Yes, sir.
while we wait, can we go over the calendars?
Yes, I can.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Those who are ready to go over the calendar.
So if you all would like to join us to go over the calendar.
Okay, starting with the add-on calendar, position number 1 was a plea. Position number 2, from understanding, is going to be a transfer order to Superior Court, Mr. Walker.
That is correct, Ms. Lewis.
Okay, and I will be expecting that shortly. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Position number 1 on the original calendar was the bond was amended to a SOB through the jail, and the defendant was arraigned. The case is reset further notice. Position number 2, defendant was released. The case is reset further notice. Position 3 and 4 and 5 is going to be taken up this afternoon at 2 o'clock on the SEA counter before Judge Mincy. Position number 6 was a plea. Position number 8, the case is reset further notice. The person received a $3,000 SOB through the jail. The bond was amended and he was arraigned. Position number 7 was a plea. I'm sorry, that was out of order. That was 8 and 7 was swapped on the counter. We don't know how that happened, but I just said number 8, which was the SOB through the jail, and number 7 was a plea. So position number 9 is reset for the SAP for May the 25th. Next Thursday. Position 10, 11 was a plea. Position 12 was a null pros. Please make sure I get that null pros in a timely manner. Position 13 was a plea. Position number 14 was a plea. Position number 15 is reset due to medical, reset to next Tuesday, May the 23rd. Position 16 is reset for next Thursday, SAP counter, May the 25th. Position 17 was a plea. Position number 18 was a plea. The DV counter, Mr. Pitt's bond was not set aside. Position number 2, the bond forfeiture was set aside. And I think that takes everything. And the revocation counter, 1 and 2 was commute to time served. Position 3 was reinstated, and position 4 was commute to time served. And I think that completes that.
Thank you. While we still wait, I see Mr. Murphy is on the line with us. Good morning, Mr. Murphy. Can we go into a breakout room with Mr. Murphy, Mr. Walker, Ms. Lewis, and myself, please?
Sure.
And then we're still on position 21 on the conference calendar, Your Honor. Or-
Yes, I
Okay.
think so.
Was that the person at 3 South? Because 3 South just logged on.
I believe.
Right. And did Mr. Howard rejoin us? Because that's going to be his client, right?
Correct.
He's coming on now, dude.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have position 21, Mr. Robinson.
Okay, let me, there we go, Mr. Howard. Mr. Robinson's on.
Okay.
Let's say, good morning, Mr. Robinson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Walker.
Yes, the state's recommendation is going to be 12 months to serve, 365 days, credit for time served of 195 days.
Mr. Howard?
Yes, Judge, that is the plea as we negotiated, a time served plea. We would ask, we stipulate the factual basis, venue, and ID in this case. We'd ask the court to accept the recommendation.
Okay, Mr. Robinson, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 007589J, you wish to plead guilty to battery and disorderly conduct. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this
Not
morning?
at all, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
Not at all.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Robinson. Good luck to you, sir.
All right.
Thank you. Mr. Howard, while you're away, we received notification that I guess it's position 20. Mr. Powers cannot be brought today because I think a lockdown situation or a security situation. As such, and I know that I think that's the one that we had, conversation about. When would you like to reset that until?
I would say Tuesday, Judge. As early as
Okay.
possible. Yeah.
All right. So we'll reset Mr. Powers until next Tuesday.
You say regular SAP for a plea?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. And I think that that's all the announcements, and I think that completes the calendars, unless I'm wrong. Do we have anyone else to take up?
I think you're right.
Okay. It seems like when we have these
Short
short calendars, they take long.
Never fails.
All right. Thank you all. I appreciate it. We'll see you next.
All right, Mr. Howard, I'll be
Everybody have a
looking
good
forward for
day.
that paperwork.
I sent you my paperwork, Miss Lewis.
Working on those now.
Bye.
I know I don't play about my paperwork.